I am running to say I will UTV so and I will share me ding at the Ekua Asante Bamensa and nay the addition so a bar bet twaso Nansani a beshasi and the young quadrant cratoya bar near twaso. We feed no edaso edaha and nay young como chichuno efa bibia friend of prenuptial agreements. A year a wa for me noa or mobabe ware and she share and as a contract we better from a masebes our jaye a bar womo aye nankana ase yenye krom hanom no sam rano and sheda eni engina ho piti na enso so ehu bi pen ene ementeme ho ase anase eniti enti ene prenuptial agreement ababe bibia emese was say ye na yesua na ye say ye de bata ya warrior nansin ya ye hye eho ewo ye krom ha eno nti mene as usual mene lawyer Oxford or say bonsu lawyer wa bene yiye emese mota hu no ewo me fidie so ono enenne one yen eba besua ade nti lawyer akwaba
yeah
who efe who to ana me so mayari
very day
in kakra ya hwefo nti emese still e was say betini mo ai enti yan co straight ya kasa bibi the prenuptial agreement in family law as ye addressing
yo midas na dedi kan no yanchia ehwefo nyina na ma obia aha ya kasa prenuptial agreement enye bibia ehu na esan said you see kan no enye common in our country nti ye be chechem ene say ehihye ya awarefo be hihye ato ho afa kwan yom pese omotena na kwan yom fa so a se emoja pade krom wo no omo be yusu kwan a ombe fa so a ombe spend o musika na mpo se de ne betimasi ama awareja yaba na ekoba so omo jai aware nso a kwan be fa so a be cha japade nti eno ne ehihye ya ewo ho
na ba yaman mu a eba no prenuptial agreement na mpese me hu say your law no how does it treat it like your law no recognizing example say bia wo ka say ye bibia enhyehyɛ ya ye de to ho ansa na will our law enforce it?
Well, you see emra no ye dia eye express eda ho any afa dia impo by court ruling and court decisions no etimi apply as law na enforcement no nyina akopie wo court na dey kan say ade amakan enya ade a enwanwa a yenti bida na say emfa de yeye ase emra dwumadie wa ha no enye different to it na the only difference I hu ni say ho no esan aware na kwa animu ene no ma esisi abra obi agya aware no ene ma no ye boso ana hu because ho no abroche de obi gya aware ko tun be billionaire se makwa aware ma gya aware no anka ne we ho no afi no be billionaire o ko na bra bofufuro mu kra obenya so ya baba wa onya abranti young man bi na nkomo mani but again it's simple terms no agreement ti awari ankasa no bibi ameno ka me ka say agreement a wonu obi hihye but esan say our tradition ankasa no so deep in our marriage no you who awari say no ma mienu da say onyankopon hihye ye ode amaye ana say ye abusua na say baby e free say me ya sanjina me ya rani no ye hihye ma ye say onyini du baby a so ware na nka ne papa mu dia ankaware bia ye agreement a wono bi be hihye enti prenuptial no de specific express agreement a woni ni pakro ne be ye no was state specific things mo be ye mo ho e wa are mu
what are specific things ma mi bisanti eba no se prenuptial agreement no sa nhihye no ebe bibia se bi betumi de akoda ne court say nhihye ye hye de to ho no what are some of the things e will say kom ema mitumi ejina?
Okay, so first of all a very interesting question na me boss who actually but what can you tell me sir an interesting question in a sense a contract intino it has to emphasize mirror all principles of contract of course say there shouldn't be any illegalities and I say unconsciousness unconscionability say be a force will be a man I be a own person oh yeah into no better answer. But the man say there's a new ruling court say you be boss remember what I say or better because court say yeah why no krum ha no say obenya japade ana wonya japade eno court no anasa constitution no kra boss say anka parliament nye hye kra ndaso ye wo awaware mu nsensem ene awaware mu japade ebeboa onye niye be na nche no ya header by case law development abobon no ma bibiri so a se no kwa aware a wonye mobo and how who bibiri nka for dono komu ande kotrem na se bu wie na mo kona japade ka mi no afa ba ko but and ko bia nu edi ye law no I have too many so local enforcement is too many to cater for everybody but new ruling no case law no say ko ba say wo si wa be ye prenup kai say all other provisions are yeah for warrior moons and seven no you can't rely on it.
Okay so wow do ho e ko she prenup ni mu a wo wie sign bam be ka say
all the remedies are okay
free the other laws na nka e wo ho no ya hye dada wo ho no untumi mba se
untumi ma ho
lawyer ebi ana time na me sign prenup na odonti no odona na me dwen ho nti my dwen say bibi sa abesi
it will be guided by the contract into normal work contract no and ye behwe asema ye kan fa wo ho de okunu ka say wo kwa me ma special eyes bottle adaka miensa na afa mama o snap wa enu na de beko
wow
okunu ka so be ma o ka si awari ni jaya empo okunu ka se ko ba se me ne wotena ho no se metete se wo ne be ma bi e bon komo wo WhatsApp so ye call enne me nim de aba mo so mo ya na ma send ma me na me send ma ti se me hu sa no ma no a se me ka se ye jawari anka me ma wo 100 million anytime I'm suspected I met many evidence according to that me fanko baby but me reduce sika so by 10,000 in the bit my say me cho sa be 10 there na say 10,000 100,000 a share na ware na dey abegu nti say kwa ye kwa are ni gu a wonya hwe nti eyen say
but that's not fair. The reason my member said because emprepino na eta free MMRA side na eba man ho. Yen to me nkasa na wo ka bibit conscionability. Nipa na ana omo omo ta this prenuptial agreement ne ba na na wo mo no mo bibi gina so. A lot of time na make say na ye mema no ebia na be ma no sika kakra wo ne se obo ball na wo bibi o department to be bibi wo ne nsem. Yen to me nkasa bia power play bi bamu ewo time na almost share contract because me so me pel na wusu woske na say ansa na obe ware me de ache bia na mensa a share contract na say emra no kwan bia enda ba bia yetumi de ka say oh e bia na enka mu nyina mu wo the same level playing ground anka bia nka ade nka say na ebeko na so yesa na say bia wo kuta power bi nti e bia power play bi influence bi abemu na ama nipa no wan kasa wo hye ne de na so asa we influence ene wo titiru dininti ama nipa no automatically assign ade no abra anka ebia anka more the same level playing field anka
very well I mean enkomo we no ede na se music no awre ntie ka so do mani pagimi enti awre bia fiti ase no ukra wo nwene no masa nti beti wase se empo wan hwe ya me ba hie obi o football afoforo de because obama me TV cry meje forget the TV it become nim the implications of the law I contract but the law also see the other side of it say anya ne sa e ko do time so a ware ni gunu a and the same type of emotion sati odono emotions will be gunu it did all that stages in the emotion was so into hollows one here hokra emotion the hu chain beginning emotions no so what I say the point is that the reason for this prenuptial agreement is say marriage as an institution is and we've not come to terms with it ade ne sesa na ye nim se etimi sesa ade bia nyankopon ahye bia e fi se ensesa da sa na we tiri but esesa ekwan e fa so ware no esesa ene kra no ye genzi foi omo nim de no ma ani so ade hu fo aware ho no enye se de e beto ye no ye yesusan what did who call 21 now your ba pe who clear picture about marriage and family life your person who da hono bit no akra bi bayo bit na wosra wa picture how oni kunu e could sorry e kodum san we 21 and then 21 I said no I'm not there I'm not ready I don't even know I'm not thinking about it. Now when I think about it 21 no we did 35 no hono so that time is emotion again and you have limited control. And one prepare from 2019 and we did 27. We am so bilma decision be able to take be over the bar. The same way, yeah, time and what did 23? We need 20. Bema, we did 20. Over Pema 23. Now I'm sure one where did 25. No, bizarre. That's what I about 20. Changes, a transformation. Obviously, probably you are not ready for it. I'm a phone call many. Into a time one, Nanka or more day a better. Our SEN baby no. Ebi a omo de kope ajapade baby. Into omo ba, they just want to be able to spend and live life.
Exactly.
Into one pese ye may live life no. E because no has oba no worry no. Onim say me no call for 3-5 years ah. E untimi nko 6 years. And desire in protection of my property no. I say me no your agreement say I had the old banner or car, 2 cars. And then you were able to say about 2 cars, 15, you know, half. Because a part of our laws and development of our spousal property, we are at a point if you have to half.
Mammy, be a new lawyer who casa be, me my dream with the yana me dream who say, is it not conflicting ye article 1-2 year where case anything that is not in conformity with the constitution no year was say bossy aside into me dream say what lost that day away na say new rule ya be case say what don't say prenuptial agreements na say then you cannot come back and say ni amrano ahye that yeah ni constitution ahye that one the no you want to come back under it no
yeah so it is not okay
is it not conflicting and actually muna ija
any new law I say new law first of all case law and they say asama court na courts ama pronouncement and as a court ama ruling as a judgment it become part of our laws because there's no specific act here regulating how to sign a prenuptial agreement but we have contract acts what I say and now Maka say even marriage arrangements so you all the necessary acts but they make kind of say in the new case law court on the same again what's it because it is well the point is that contract law HSA who will be a contractor that was the only first time and I said the only time the law and the court allow you to create laws for yourself. That's the principle of contract and say me no ebetraha near agreement. Now don't say that's the only time 2 individuals create laws are binding. But again, because all laws also they are subject to the supreme law, the constitution. The same way, say you're a contractor, you better say terms of the contract, and head and ye be against you. What I say in Jumbo. But the point is that let me find show next year say what are the existing legal development and for instance, say we will be worried. Pay article 22. Okay, specifically what say Memka one was say a spouse shall not be deprived of a reasonable provision out of the estate of the spouse, whether or not the spouse died having made a will.
Well, exactly.
That's a provision to cater for you as a wife or as a spouse. And now back, clause 3 was say, with view of achieving full realization of rights referred to in clause 2. Okay, my call clause 2 next year. Was say clause 2 no say Parliament shall, as soon as practicable, after the coming into force of this constitution, enact legislation regulating the property right of spouses. And I make I say I come from a more nyama. Enti send the can anka spousal property. Anka I say womra chemu.
Exactly.
Say okay, you can say spousal property. I say anything today. Na I say anything abaye. Because the point is that we have in acquisition of spousal property, we have contribution about both sides.
Yeah.
Into your baby a friend monetary contribution and non-monetary contribution. And then we have developed cases members of Moatiase. Now I can have Moatiase say or clause 3 was say with view of achieving the full realization of the right referred to in clause 2 of this article. Spouses shall have equal access to property jointly acquired during marriage. Assets which are jointly acquired during marriage shall be distributed equitably between the spouses upon dissolution of the marriage. So, and without your prenuptial agreement, a constitution, for it. Anna, your impo, the same matrimonial causes act, section 20. I can say impo, say kobase, woko I say court bet me I'm a 1 year your free reasonable contribution. The reason behind giving you the reasonable contribution is say oba you know no oba fair wa so afa hu a woti hoi na ya ma oka no wa worry for 5 years na say bibi nti worry na gu na say unkunu is able capable of giving you something yen ka say konante form. That's the essence of section 20 of Matrimonial Causes Act. Say, ebia unya homo so mba mba billionaire say wo ba na wafa wo chimu adwene no. But car bia na wo de run about who say wo na wo ye lady no de o de bekofi. It's being catered for and worker. But when you come to this provision, because there's not a parliamentary enacted law, a case is a court. Na case bia anko court nchen aware cases enti akobebiri di anya time o hede achichimu amaya be kan say we started from a point say obu ha na worry mi kura how so many housewife ma anya adwuma da na mitifi na bibia si na se ko charge apade a wo se uni contribution dia na mitifi na nkura ne pon school ba na me hwe obo ye aduane ma na ede na de kura so ma ware dimu eye se wono oba beda enti emra bunu eda wo ne oba emeda no se esombo papa enti hu akatwia no se ebe ma odan ba enti at that point no mo beti asese contribution enye se yesi kankwan contribution oba ne bi kwa wo so se wo kwa adwuma mo ne boss betwem print no tena fie no ho fedodo enti no ne contribution no de ma wo no so tifia ko ba o we do for no amount kwa ka ho so
lawyer emis wo kanye emis say wo church mu na emis say the marriage aba be bibi so say yen share prenuptial agreement in how it impacts property division say during divorce na afi me person me sign who say ebia na nye divorce na so ebia na ye prenuptial agreement ye fa na te say na wo kan say aware san ye contract de Sebaku every moi contract no does it still hold? That agreement no does it still hold?
And I make can say you can even say your contract, your prenuptial agreement, the terms, the tenet of the contract, you can say me worry wa wo dam you know. And I say me worry wa me ma je wa go. No why dey waje. And sakra na dey be ka ho aye. Enti and I'm eating away can say say nyati e ho ase say aware ye ekwan e fa so e di page apade enye ye ho dia e beti de e kana se ye what I say o ma me bi na otu ni bafo no kan say no ma me nsa obefa so ayi edimu enye sika owiase se ebe wo se ye be wo to sikam ye wo papa ye sika ni ana so we brefo a oni madwuma ya abenya sika ana be ware ni wanya sika so that senti yenya ti asese kwan ba ko e fa so nya sika ya ware de a wo ba ha obeto ho ase nti je wo kwa ware a na woni wo lawyer akasa dada Menya so unya boy a ka chere.
Debi. Me worry e kwa menya sure say go. Lawyer
Who goes for what you say?
Me call registry.
What you say? Of course the fact that we call registry alone would have given the credence to see a lawyer. And you say, you know, I remember I say, oh, to say me your bar na me bema. Maybe I'm a cool shell baby, no whisker. Nazo so be worry me a na me hwe di opese ye no emfa so amenya ofiri mu ajapade de a meka se emfa nton krata so say because adwena ye de worry no na different obi o ha obese wo kura na wo hwe ne manim keke nti no worry you enye sika but okoye no ehu se na panti o nyina wo sika ana afi no obete se oh so we don't want our inugukura no a obetimi ene na chajapade so nti ye kan nyina no wa hwe kwa no bi kura betimi pra be ma no kura na so obetimi kum ni kura say ya ne sabe ka japade ne ntem no woko ha nti ye tie ho ase saa de ne ye hye mra no a obeka ne yi nti se mako na se me ne be ma mpesa me ne sina se ye hye agreement a Meji agreement na makohu me lawyer. Me fa say wo do asem. Ade a unya japade unya watch, unya gold, unya car wo mu de. Enye wo do asem. Property. Constitution aboso. So you can make property on your own as individual or in union with another person. You know, japade be mu ke no makohu lawyer. So lawyer say na menya no. Enti abochire do mote ase, omo mu yes ade no. One wo be ye no ko hu lawyer da enye ne na afi wo na nizu biri no ansa na wo hwe lawyer kira kwa so what I say
okay nti boso bi ma me pese me hu senia agreement ne ba na nipa no se owu a because me hwe no se contract no se ebia se me no se be bia ya contract lawyer Oxford se ye mienu ne be produce eyi insu yi se mi ni hwa ena se wo mo a omo interest wo me estate mu no so wo no be benefit I'm just taking the same principle ba hanom say se ya we are contract agreement ana anya sa netie sa ne se ya te ase abedu se ya contract agreement ya e wo se me be hu lawyer Oxford na wutumi ne me kona hwehwe mu se ne de be if I'm working away I'll get something se nipa ne free mu a is this still enforceable and I say ne be ba under the Walls Act and I say nipa na enja wall and I so say
it's a very good question Obusano enti badi kan ka say ajapade ya nya no
mfese mi hu na say bia metam paper nesi an matam
nesi wetan ma votam si de bia etiro so unya ntam de akontam enti badi kan ka say ajapade ya ye no ida say wo ye no na wo kire kwan abefa so a be dispose property na so we fi ho ya wu a ebeka say wo interstate interstate succession law no will provide for the sharing of your property here is the case say why a friend say agreement with your new girlfriend idea make I thought anye peer to peer crying no mu you e bia me made 50 na me 20 years bia ye na fe nti me ye o mu no ana m ka chere ne say e bia you 3 houses but mini ho bia any form whether I'm dead or we are dissolving marriage who were entitled to 2 houses sana mayo ena papa no ebia okoyare ye wan head akra anwu se okọ ka ne bon no wuye but obetena ase ne ye hwe no yare mu no ne dan miensa sika no onko no waba sika nasa ana ye to dan ba ko ene ye de hwe no ne se abeka 2 houses se papa ni wa ye de be ma oba no wako
wow
contract no mo sign no ye ka no asema de no ti sa no hye no dia Say na my ma wa hu me person who the worst case. Say Daniel 3. And also we mema 2. We the mema stand for bim. Daniel 3. And also we small game mema 1. Na mema for 2. Say anytime be our any begu. Anytime be mewu. Wo dan ye ba kope. Obana mienu no ho a emehwe biem. Ana wo yare ye. Ana dan no ye di mienu. Dey ehwe wo ma wo kan tow. Ana wo anton wo e ka ba kope. Contract na oni na hye hye. Yes e dey mo ba.
Na che say
the first thing we will look at.
Wow. Nzana say ebusuafo senka ye ba sa will act na say 16
The first thing we look at is because that's the two people together.
Yes.
I understand. That's the first thing we look at. At that time, no, what ma court to adjuma for because whatever be the case, we end with the court. Into be into the court. Oh, court, oh, now some way a contract. Montes, we fair no. Our fitias here. The assessor no. Into we no banner there. To Moncon them was on Pabuan and Talibi or there. No, your first I come
okay. And then minim say nitio sedan and ne ase mishia obi a yanko for kwa the 2 efo yet I the 2 man for say say open engagement say unya ejapade no eye wo nkwan ho de a be ma ne de na ye say wo de den wo oba no unya ejapade afabre fie ba be ma ne de no na wo say wo ye den wo ne be ma ne di etu be hu emayiwa bebre na wo mu kwa awawe mu enye emayiwa ne nko emema ne zo ye bi na ebia wo mu de o mu ejapade no esiesie each other. In the situation where ebia awafo mienu wo ma ware na ebia wo mo wo ejapade bi na wo de sie each other until at the time na ye sign a contract no na maybe the other party is not aware of me awo no until na we ni so na ye nyina ye nim no e na ye sign to so later ubenya sa knowledge no of sa property na ya hide no and I say campo bi na bia nipa no abowo baby I hide na obi na nipa na je loan kwan sa na oba be ware na bibiesi nti na ba be moka. How does it affect agreements na moye na da ho no?
Okay, very good one. And the man can me repeat it near to once say the prenuptial agreement no just a contractor when you obani bema ehye na court to say say mo say they are respect that contract against any other form of provisions of law or the first thing they will look at is now secondly that agreement no will be unique per person. Because it's a case by case basis. And you may make agreement I may know about yeno. And then one as a Mikonya girl for near friend if we are anywhere. And I say I draw mansa and look at your bones contract or most say and you the same as yedi.
Exactly.
And the mammy boss to say so walk or you enter into such agreement lawyer but no my way. Let's back to the point again. Another point I made the confidence. Maybe agreement and say all properties that we acquire, every property that we acquire, whether you acquired it individually without my knowledge. Or you brought it to my knowledge at the end of the marriage or at any point of disaster. We'll divide the property into 2, 50-50. Obe family me hear Juma Star we be family me hear Juma or UTV. What I say, and I me UTV and me hear Juma. Me namo me dey marketing. Ti me dey me call na ma copy sales aba. Wo dey me share we a lawyer in practice for 20 years. Wo sikadada. Who me na be family. And me them say them no we and say 50-50 me say me try me car 20 cedis and 2000 I the all buy with the 100 million e bantino me dey ni 20 you better no ratio 50-50 and the holiday say at the 4 say you need to know 20 houses in nim na say bia ho ho a unya ska bi kura lawyer for bitu go di assembly was so factors as well and I say ne legal fees go so fama asase enti you na ansana me de me trim ne me document me de 20 houses na wo ye no ansana me hu say oh asase de dem fishe ko en fa ye no de mu de special house estate to kura nya asem kweto so what I say
exactly
ana mo ko hu ye de nyina ba e de ba 50-50 ti before no kura no me timi 50 ansana say 50 lo say buza fu go de be de me de agreement say 50
yen koje nkrato e ba ne ato so eye prenuptial agreement ho na ye twetwe enkomo a yesu ade afa ho ye koje break ye ko break sorry na ye ko ba na ye de addition na to so de no daso da ha eye prenuptial agreement na ene yesu ho ade na me lawyer Oxford o say bonso a oye private legal practitioner na me ne no ha yesu ade lawyer ye ko no na emese o kiremu say ya share agreements ne nkwa de say BBC kenten a na ewo paper ne mu no eno ene de beye adwuma ye prenuptial agreement e bi at the time na ye no na emma enya mmemu eye bibia ebetumi de ahye sa agreement mu na say no de emma no emma hokwan
emma ma hokwan na me kan say agreement enti who anticipate our reason for so ne awo enti who anticipate say bema no oba ahia mu de anka ekwa abefa so abi hu se oba kra say oda anwoba anwumra wonda no enafu oba ekesenti nti unum say nkra be de ebebam enti you can put it there say we are e pese e won kra 3 enti ye wo a ajapade no ye betemu abi a 3 1/3 no ebe nkra ne dia 1/3 ye me ankasa oba na mabaye no a me ware on media ana 1/3 nso ye be wodia obetima ye ho asem ato nti you can even plan for the education for your children in your contract in the marriage contract but say ekoba say you made a provision for our no na say a provision for nkra no na say nkra mamu a you can make residual clauses like say property I allocate man nkra no say nkra mamu a what will be the nature the form of that property what will be as a result be because so then a benefit and as a benefit it's part of the agreement you see will yeah more or less like who settlement of agreement will put it together and Amaka say the same way marriage is a contract and prenuptial agreement is a contract the only difference I can answer there was specific law a regulating marriage the FN Marriage Act and there was another law act a regulating how you put a will together now we've not had any specific law regulating the prenuptial agreement. But for say constitution allow for contracts we have a contract act and again there's a new case law on one mention the form of prenuptial our laws in Ghana allow for those things the thing is that once and what put it forward say koba say onu ku ye the friend of prenuptial agreement there that will be the first document to consider against any other thing because for instance now and it could be in your best interest actually because here is a case there's a case there's a J and a J case at a point in time I can say check our year jeopardy you're 50-50 near movie from monetary to non-monetary contribution and also Debbie see I tell 50-50 no my man it is a do her you share pay your contribution because me to me see upon sign kokoti now wo de ani kwan away mame and the mame Matthias na me call workshop bar no mame kwan me call site bar o me fufu mate o ntimi ga 7 father ni nchemu 900 rooms me 50 na me fa room ntimi nya ne sa mane
I didn't hear
et say et no can say equity what I say equity equitability I say what's your measure of contribution can give you no and I say the man Now, why it becomes so relevant in the sense, not all the contribution, no, I cry, either in the form of monetary or no monetary, happen. Because you my no motor or more money at few, some are full, and so no, your punk right to me, any you are not quite not be about. Then my answer to us. When you're married, that's the way I lost. I know. I'm not to us. 80 silence, 80. I'm running say, a bit my bassa. Say, a big crown. Oh, take me, just say, may peace of mind is the pisco. Yes. I didn't so mind to your point, you want call Leguana, and yes, I'm a person book away peace of mind. Or more cause, I said, the point is that the man will come at us, yes, and yes, you say, you have to prove it. So now, even when you are not talking about prenuptial, they call concentrative war, a fast say. Spousal property distribution. And man say at that point, you have to show cause, you have to prove your contribution. On the can you is that worry for the your money be? You prove it like proving any other thing in court with evidence, because you can get opposition from the husband. Is a debut lawyer. Mammy dear or dimany, any question and better made a major. Oh, the court on Fesso Manu confined that can day, and my over her so mobby. And now again, so maybe crown Sabi. Now won't see our Yena sick P. Will be a old uncle. There be crown or Barbemano, and your evidence say, Ukrana won't see our Yenos as no. It's answer my man who can say, court, no queer the more baby. What many only Bema be crass apple. Oh, I said, yes, I'm coaching a mouth 50. Any sanity. Now say, Banner Bearman's way. That's just right. And see, lawyer, say, yes, sign the prenuptial agreements, New Year. Later, ABR to send a okay, year can it before no, or do I shall see a day, ya na a day. In the time na year sign no. Name say emotions ni nyina e wo so both on both parts na later no me say nyansa ne ba me say etina wa nyansa ne ba na say niema e settle down na ye betumi akwa say ye pese ye modify sa agreement na ye ana say bi kwa me kwa masesa ma adwen me mpebiem me mpese be ye. Can that happen? Why not? Say it takes two to tango nipa mienu and a far adwene. At any given point in time, now say, the same thing, you still need the guidance of a lawyer. Probably, we need to assess why you, who is the person proposing for amendment and as a revocation of the agreement, as you say, Bia, and you're not there, and I say, Bia, Bibi, Ubuagwana. Minim DSC, Bibi Timisi. And see, who say, oh, any pananka self in a common was oh, Dabby. If you are now wouldn't make sign agreement, wouldn't say, or by there, dear no baby. And I bear my before I cry now, when you do my work, you school for 5 years when you do my dinner. Me, mammy, no, yes, agreement, because me dear, 7. Me couldn't wear jammy cast and intimate per se, over by now to my bell, the no better than Kunyamusa, now we are, was asking me my car. Bow by what should say, oh, say, Juman and no one sign your day, and can be intimate per se, chum. And queer him. Well, but what chum we are, and no sooner make an a beer. It sounds a word chum. No agreement and no the chance will be chum. What chum we are, all the properties, bear in mind, say your spousal property, Nancasano, they start from the point of marriage. And need the mobile. It's a beer would buy no. Would all you do my dear? Yeah. But I'm pejat to say the Obano Crudia and a dino. It's a scaffold cruma, so we are Jobia. With me, Fanny, I go to Sacobas idea. One here and I'm one. But the point is that you can change it at any point. Okay.
And my last question say, Obi Nipa me prenuptial agreement. Na later back baku free mu. Na oye wella. will the content of the will no how do you say that? Ebe to me acha. Ebe supersede your friend is saying the prenuptial agreements na say you be anything.
And we are for distribution of our properties. It's only my agreement. Say property we there. Ebe come I had a question baby say who I am watching. Indeed, who consider those things. What I say. It's American say the court
say to say will ni ebe do.
And yes, I move say when you abandon your agreement say your agreement for your warrior moons and sem your jeopardy che you seek a dimuno. Oh, we on our numbers supersede no. What I say, until I say the court will check the time of the agreement and the time I will what I say, because the point is that I say, oh yeah, I say you have to be. You know, say my property and many will be equal agreement. When to meet me from a shame, I can find my money. With the bar, court to know where, court to know because
me castle last one, but we did a diffude. Yet take, sir. Because I'm exactly what I say. Yet take prenuptial agreement, then a free age up a day. No, they are cage, no. You better my money na.
Depend on bit, Mac. I say, once I say, me know your agreement, and me mouth down. My jeopardy can be you can state it like that.
Okay, all right. A prenuptial agreements and yak bohun komo. Lawyer, what last words?
The mechanic say our ready citizen can necessary. Into this hard time I be whom the pe warrium. Say bia na mechanic yes be cry no when you cobre obi a jeopardy. But worry about papa obetima boa. Sir. Am wanya wadimu. You pese bia onyam mesum mpo nyankopɔ abeso so no oba na betima boa oba ye boafo enti ye nware oba oboa ye wa moye de no agya ne fie saa ho ene musumu kona mu hwemu a mo hwehwe ma na ombetimi aden aboa mo no enye omo abo life no anyway I am running say e wo UTV so ene wa hwemi ne lawyer Oxford or say bonsu e me say na yesu say won ti ase na wo panim die bebre e wo ho aka ho obetimi afrɛ no 0244085316 0244085316 na em say ubisa no question bia obetumi aboa wo ho ene yesua bibi bebre em say na lawyer kan answer na obeware no nke hu kora begnya say wo bepe lawyer na ne na ne din kom no ehu weni so ade a wo hwehwe nti a wo kosa aware no mu no na anka wetufo na we hu the right thing to do so obe sign contract bia na say so obe kotra kwa eyemra no sesen e wo UTV so medin e de ekua asante ba mensa. That's a ne. You be saying she be. Bye bye.